This is Tom Painter again, and guess what? If they can do it, so can you. If they can do it, so can you. If they can do it, so can you. What does that mean? Well, it's kind of amazing as I look back on my history, and there's been different times in my life that I did something that the belief system made it work, and all kinds of experiences. But one experience was when I was in college. I attended Robert Allen's Nothing Down seminar, and at the time I was going to college, didn't have any money, pretty broke. And I went to a free class to start with, and there was an advanced 2-day class. And the cost was quite a bit. It was like $450. Now, this was in the early 80s, so that was a long time ago. And the first person got in for full price, and the second person got in for half price. Well, my brother was going to go. He was doing some stuff. And so that means I could get in for half price. Well, guess what? The night before, something came up and he wasn't able to go. And I didn't have the money. I literally didn't have the money. So I wanted to go to the event. I wanted to go to the seminar and learn from it anyway. And so I got there and the lady says, well, your brother didn't show up, so you have to pay a full price. And I didn't have the money. I literally didn't have the money. I was going to college and didn't have the cash. And I said, you know what? Can't we create a student discount price? She goes, what? And I says, yeah, I'm going to college and I'd like to stay, but I don't have the money to pay the full price for it. Is there any way I could stay? I'm going to college. Can I prove to you that I'm going to college? And can you give me the student discount price? She said, we don't have a student discount price. Well, can we make one up? She says, can you prove to me you're going to college? And I literally walked outside into my car and got my psych book and my physics book. Walked in, showed her, hey, I'm going to college. These are my college books. I'd like to stay. Can you give me a student discount price? And she said, yes, that's the only time that physics book and that psych book did me any good. Was it got me into that seminar. And I sat there for 2 days going through the 50 nothing down techniques. And the one thing, now I'm just this young guy in my early 20s. I don't know if my dad taught me about real estate by doing it. But he didn't really have this real organized system to teach it. And when I was in college, I read one book by Mark Harrelson, which I highly recommend you read. And it's Mark's a friend, and he's allowed us to be able to give it away on the foundation. But the one thing I got out of that 2-day seminar was that it was possible. That's the one major thing I got out of that it was possible. It's possible to do it. There's a belief there are people that are able to do it. And if they can do it, so can I. And I didn't know anything. I mean, I can remember looking in the Yellow Pages, which is the big phone directory for the FHA, the Federal Home Administration, because I didn't even know what it was. But I had enough belief that it was possible. And I tied up my first real estate deal and this little house, and it was appraised. Now you can add zeros, tens, times it by 10, whatever. But this little house, remember, this was 40 plus years ago, was $35,000 was the value because I knew what the value of it was. And I was able to buy it for 20. And I got it appraised for $35,000 before it. So I wrote him an offer. The offer got accepted. And with that offer, I had the ability to go in and fix it up and then close on it to get the money, to take him out on it. So I wrote him an offer. Says, I'm going to pay you 20,000, add a zero to it. It could be 200,000. It doesn't matter. The concept was I was buying it for 20% below market, maybe 30% below market. And my wife and I, girlfriend at the time, went in and cleaned it up. We cleaned it up and we painted it. We painted this little house. And so the offer was, I'm gonna tie it up. I get the rights to buy it off of you for 20, and then I had somebody that I could sell it to for $35,000. And I cleaned up the property. We painted it, and then I went back, and the mortgage guy says, you know what, we can't do any financing on this house because it doesn't fit this one standard. There was a bathroom, and it was connected to the kitchen, and for some reason that didn't qualify for the financing on it. And I got scared. I didn't know what to do, so I just went back to the seller and says, I fixed up your house. I can't get the rest of it. So I'm going to give it back to you. So I spent money and time and energy, and I fixed up this guy's house. And because I didn't ask a mentor, I didn't ask any other questions of family and friends of what other options I could do. I got scared and I just handed it back to him. Stupid. There's 20 things I could have done now that I know the difference. And but for some reason, I still had enough belief that it was possible. It was possible to buy a little piece of real estate and make some money on it. So the second deal I did is in the book, The Road to Wealth. And it's a true story how we found this property. I got the right to buy it for one price, went and fixed it up, got new financing on it, and we made a nice chunk of money on that property. And that's the true story how we did it. And for some reason, I had enough belief that it was still possible. Now, I failed bad on that first one. Now, I spent $1,000 in painting the house, and I spent a lot of time in doing it, and I lost on it. But I had enough belief that it was still possible. So I didn't stop. I just kept doing it. Well, guess what? It's possible. Now, I've done, I don't know how many deals since that time. I've been doing this thing for a long time. And now this is the big carrot for you. And this is especially for my team. You guys in your 20s, your 30s, you're going to be doing this the rest of your life. You're going to be doing this the rest of your life. And dang it, one day you're going to be 65 and you're going to go back and you're going to say, you know what? I remember when Tom told me that one day I'm going to be 65. 40 years from now, you're going to be buying real estate your whole life. You're going to be investing your whole life. You're going to be making money your whole life. You're going to be doing all these things your whole life. What's the return when you learn these little secrets at an earlier age? It's massive. I don't care where you are right now. I care where you're going to be in 5 years or 10 years, 20 years or 30 years from now. But I had a belief that it was possible. And the second deal, we made good money on it. And then I did it again and again and again and again and again. I've had successes. I've had failures. It doesn't matter. You just keep doing it. Now, when I say if they can do it, so can you. Guess what? They're doing it. Family, friends, individuals, just like you are doing it. Why? Because it's on the website. It's on the website. Guess what? It's on the website, and we have students that are doing it. Okay? We've got students that are out there doing it. So when you go to successandmoneyfoundation.org and you just look at all these wonderful things that students are doing, well, you come here to leaderboards. Well, are people doing this? Yes, they are. Look at this. This is number one. We've already given away $123,000 to students, and we've got thousands of students. There's almost 3,000 students on this one board that have made money, from us. Now, our goal is to give this money away and help you get started. And there's just people. They're all over. And you can see there's lots of them. And I don't care how much it is. I really don't. All I care about is that you're starting, and we're going to add some zeros to it. Okay? We've got people that are enrolling people. We've got enrollers. Here's the top enrollers for the week. We got people in the last 7 days. There's the last 7 days. There's Johnson. He enrolled 15 new people. Okay. All time. Look at this. All time. 749 people. The last 24 hours. Look at that. He's still enrolling people. There's Christina. It's working. People are doing it. People are going to class. It's happening. Influencers. Are you making a difference? Well, when you enroll somebody and they enroll somebody, you're affecting 2 levels deep. There's Johnson again, and he and his spouse have enrolled 749 people. Those people enrolled another 465 people. 12,000 or 1,200 people are active just on 2 levels, 12,000 hours. And you can see this thing goes on and on and on and on and on. There's all of you are in the game. You're all in the game, and the game's fun. So you can see how you're doing. It's working. We've got students going to class. Look at this. You've got students going to class in the last 7 days. Look at this. You've got people that have been in class for 50 hours. How do you change your world? You go to class. You learn how the success secrets from other people. You say, well, is anybody in my group doing this? Well, look at this. You can go to the leaderboard plus the search, and you can go find anybody in any organization, and you can do a search on it. But, let's say that you want to find people in this church. There's a church group right there. And you say, well, I just want to know all the people in that church group. You click it once, boom, look at that. There's 172 of them right there. So it's going to go down and find all those people and put them in a group. And they've been on for 3,800 hours. You can do the subgroup. You can say, well, how many are adults? Well, there's 137 of them that are adults, and that's how many hours they've got. The technology behind this is just incredible. You've got groups that are doing this. They're doing it. You've got high schools. There's your high schools. And you got all these schools that are doing it. Inside that school, you've got all these grades that are competing with each other. Inside the grades, you've got all these students that are competing with each other, who compete with everybody around the world at the same time. It's working. It's working. It's working, guys. We are sending out a lot of money on a weekly basis. It's working. You just have to see what other people are doing. If they can do it, so can you. If they can do it, so can you. And I don't care if you fail. I don't care how many times you fail. It doesn't matter. If you're flipping a coin and you've got it to be heads and you flip it 3 times in a row and it's tails and you lose, who cares? All I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep flipping that till I get the heads. I'm looking for the no to be turned into on. It's on, and we're going to go do it. So if they can do it, so can you. If they can do it, so can you. So I want you to go do it. Have fun. Life's a game, and games are fun. We're not curing cancer here. We're just living a better life. Your job is to help those you love to have a better life. You do that by sharing your information, your enthusiasm, the secrets. You're a reporter. You may not know the answers. I don't know all the answers, but I had a belief that I could figure it out. And I ask other people. You're just a reporter. Hey, I learned this. Let me tell you what I learned from this other guy. You don't have to teach it. And people say, well, are you successful? Not yet, but I'm working on it. But I know Tom is. I know that his team is. I know there's all these other students that are. And guess what? We're supported by best-selling authors, educators, and entrepreneurs. We're supported by these kinds of people that want to help you because we're a foundation, we're a charity, or an NGO. That's what we do. So thanks for watching, everybody. Go make a difference, make it happen. And remember that every life is precious. Thanks for watching.